Good day class. We are going to talk about multiplication of integers. How to multiply two integers or how to multiply two or more integers. Okay. First of all, let us multiply minus 2 into 3. Okay. Minus 2 into 3. As we get to know that it is of negative in nature and it is of positive nature. Okay, so we have to know some rules that what is minus into minus, it is plus. What is plus into minus? Plus into minus, it gives minus. What is minus into plus? It also gives minus. What is plus into plus? It gives plus. Okay, done. So these rules are same as it was before. Negative sign gives positive and positive sign gives positive. Opposite signs always give negative. Okay, what is minus into plus? It will be minus. And then what is 2 into 3? It is 6. Just what we have to do is first of all multiply the signs and then after the digits. What is minus 3 into minus 6? First of all multiply minus into minus. It will be positive. What is 6 into 3? It's 18. Done. What is 3 into minus 6? So we know that it is of positive nature and it is of negative nature. Positive and negative always gives negative sign. And what is 6 into 3? It will be minus 18. Okay, so this is the method how you can multiply two integers. Okay, now what if we have more than two integers? Like we are given minus 6 into minus 3 into 2. Okay, so first of all what we have to do is we have to count number of negative signs. Number of negative signs. How many negative signs are there? 2. It means odd or even. It is even number of signs. So if we have even number of negative signs, the answer will be positive. What is 6 is 18 and 18 to the 36. Okay. What if the number of signs are odd? How many negative signs there are? Minus, minus, minus. 3 and 3 is odd. Answer will be negative. So what will be the answer? 2 to the 4 and 4 to the 8. Answer will be minus 8. Okay. What if we are given minus 1 to the power 21? Minus 1 to the power 21. It means we have to multiply minus 1 21 times. And what is 21? 21 is odd or even? It is odd. Answer will be negative. And what is 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1? It will be 1. Done? Okay, what if the answer is minus 1 power is 98? 98. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to think that 98 is even or odd. It means minus sign is carried by this one possesses negative sign how many times? 98 times. So how many negative signs there are? 98. 98 is odd or even? It is even. And if it is even, the answer will be positive. And what is 1 into 1 into 1? It will be 1. Okay. So if the number of negative signs are positive or even, then answer will be positive. And if the number of signs are odd, then answer will be negative. Okay. Second topic is multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. So what was additive identity? That by what number it should be added so that it possesses identity or it doesn't change. And what multiplicative identity is? by what number it should be multiplied so that it comes the same as it was before. Okay, from which number minus 2 will be multiplied so that it becomes minus 2? 1, because minus 2 into 1 equals to minus 2. What is the number from which minus 13 should be multiplied so that the answer will be minus 13? It should be 1. Okay, let me ask you a question. From what number minus 72 should be multiplied so that answer will be plus 72? If you want plus 72 as the answer, this minus should be multiplied by a negative integer. So what we have to write? We want the digit as 72 as it was before. The number should be 72. So we have to multiply it by 1. But if we want positive 72, we have to multiply this negative by a negative sign. So it will be minus 1. We have to multiply minus sign by minus sign, then it will give a positive sign. Okay. Next is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Done. By what number the given integer should be multiplied so that answers come 1? Okay. Minus 3 should be multiplied by what so that answers come 1? So what we have to do is we have to find reciprocal of it. Reciprocal of this integer. So what is the reciprocal of minus 3? Reciprocal of minus 3. Okay. So reciprocal of minus 3 should be 1 upon minus 3. 1 upon minus 3. As it was numerator and we have sent it to the denominator. Okay. So minus 3 should be multiplied by 1 upon minus 3 so that they can cancel each other and answer comes as 1. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 17? It is 1 upon 17 and the answer will be 1. Done. What is the multiplicative inverse of minus 18? It will be 1 upon minus 18. What is the multiplicative inverse of 21? It will be what? 1 upon 21. Okay. So they are multiplicative inverse of each other. Done. Next is closure property. Okay, what is closure property and what does it says? What is closure property and what does it says? That if we are operating two integers, the answer should also be an integer. So we are proving closure property over multiplication. Okay. If we take two integers like it is 2 into 3, what will be the answer? This is an integer, it is also an integer, and the answer is 6. It is also an integer. Okay. What is 3 into 0? It is an integer, 0 is also an integer, and the answer is 0. It is also an integer. Done. So we came to know that closure property over multiplication is applicable. We will get the same answer as we are. If we are multiplying two integers, then answer will also be an integer. Next is commutative property. Commutative property. What is commutative property? What is commutative property? If we multiply two integers, then answer will be same if we reverse the order. Answer will be same if we reverse the order. Commutative property. Okay, if we are multiplying A into B, then it is also equals to B into A. If we multiply A into B, then answer will be equals to B into A. Okay, let A equals to 3 and B equals to 2. You can place the value 3 into 2 is equals to 2 into 3. Answer will be 6. Okay, answer will be 6. So commutative property over multiplication holds each other. Okay, commutative property over application multiplication is applicable. What about associative property? What about associative property? What is associative property? In commutative property we are using two integers, and in this we will use three integers. So A into B into C is equals to A into C into B is equals to B into C into A. Whichever combination we take, the answer is always be same. Like let A equals to 2, B equals to 3 and C equals to 4. A equals to 2, B equals to 3 and C equals to 4. On placing these values, 2 into 3 into 4 equals to 2 into 4 into 3 equals to 3 into 4 into 2. What does the bracket means? That we have to first multiply these two numbers. What is 3 2s are 6 and 6 into 4? 24. Okay, the answer is 24. What is 4 into 2? 8 and 8 into 3? It is also 24. And what is 4 into 3? It's 12. And 12 into 2? It is 24. So whether what combination you take, the answer will be same. Okay. Next is distributive property. Distributive property. Okay, what is distributive property? Multiplying two integers is hectic. It is a long method. But if we multiply it with any sense that we should break it into two, then we can easily multiply them. Like, what is 92 into 8? What is 92 into 8? So do you know I don't know the table of 98, but we can write 92 as 100 minus 8 into 8. Can we write 92 equals to 100 minus 8? Done? So what we have to do is, first of all multiply 8 by 100 and then 8 by 8. It will be like 8 into 100 and okay, it is a negative sign there and we have to write a negative sign there. What is 8 into 8? It's 64. So what will happen is 8 into 100 equals to 800 minus 64. What is 800 minus 64? It is 736. Our final answer. Done? Okay. What should I write? If it is 102 into 6, we can write it like this: 100 plus 2 multiplied by 6. Okay. Next step is 6 multiplied by 100. 6 into 100 plus 6 into 2. What is 6 into 100? 600. And what is 6 into 2? 12. Answer will be 6, 1, 2. It is our final answer. Okay. So this is our basic which we have to understand before doing exercise number 1.3. Okay. In next video I will explain you exercise number 1.3. Thank you class.